And welcome back to this week's Who Would Win. And it's March against the first of the month. Now, I always sometimes do it on Monday, sometimes do it on Wednesday, which means it's time for the Sternritter fight of the month, the first one. And again, to reiterate to anyone who doesn't know who the Sternritters are, in the manga, because I always feel like I need to do that. Because I'm certain I have viewers who have never watched or read Bleach. In the manga Bleach, there are humans who are able to use spiritual energy, reishi as it's called in their world, and there's a select group called Quincy, and there's a select group called the Sternritters who are like the main antagonists in the last arc. And the Sternritters all had a power corresponding to a letter of the alphabet, so that's what I've been doing, and finding comparable opponents from the fight. And we started with Z, because the A is the leader and extremely haxed. And we're all the way up to H, who is Bazz-B. Bazz-B is Sternritter H, the Heat. As you might have guessed, he manipulates water. No, he manipulates fire, obviously. And Bazz-B is pretty much it. His manipulating reishi in the air, Bazz-B can generate flames to launch them towards his opponent. His flames are powerful enough to offset those of the generated by Captain Yamamoto's Ryujin Jakai, which was the strongest... excuse me. Strongest power-based Zanpakuto, with just pure flames and just devastation. Bazz-B, though, has several abilities. His most used is called finger abilities. His most used burn is Burner Finger 1, which is pretty much just a narrow beam of fire strong enough to easily pierce through a Captain Class Shinigami like Kitsugaya. It's pretty much like a concentrated fire blast. Burner Finger 2, which Bazz-B concentrates the power of his flames into two fingers, causing him to leave a trail behind in the air before swinging them, the opponent creating a large explosion and incinerating considerable damage on the surrounding area. This technique can also strong enough to injure Captain Class Shinigami. Burner Finger 3 can melt solid structures into lava and claims he can reduce a person to bones in seconds. Burner Finger 4, pointing all his fingers except his thumb towards Bazz-B, creates a large blade of fire and cut through large objects such as pillars. Burning full fingers is pretty much like a torrent of flames swirling at each other. Burning stomps the ground, releases a torrent of flames. Now he's also a Quincy, which means he can manipulate reishi, things along those lines. Now, someone raised a point in one of the other videos, which is fair to raise to some degree, that because they're in the Soul Society / the Wanderreich, everything's composed of reishi, so their powers were at their maximum. In a real-world setting, they theoretically wouldn't be as strong as they normally would, because there's a limited amount of reishi there. But for the sake of these fights, I have to at least give them their full capabilities. So, in this case, wherever the fight takes place, it's going to be a moot point to some degree. But with reishi manipulation, he can do arrows. He had Kaiki, which is the super speed skill. His Highland Bogan, which is basically his not Highland Bogan, his what is it? His Volstagg, yeah, Volstagg, and basically he has wings and flight, enhanced speed, powers, all that. He's got great spiritual power, expert marksman, considering he uses his fingers pretty much like aim, like guns. Enhanced strength, surprisingly, durability, and enhanced endurance. He's capable of creating a reishi bow as well. Now, when I gave his opponent, clearly it's Natsu, I had to think, there are plenty of characters who use fire. Should I use someone who is the opposite, like uses ice, or should I use fire? And I chose a fire user. Now, I was thinking maybe like Ace, but I'm like, that really wouldn't work. Ace is composed of nothing but fire. That would kind of be a silly fight. Human Torch, I'm like, no, Human Torch could literally torch the whole world if he really wanted to, so that's not going to work. And then I thought, Natsu's an interesting case, because Natsu's not 100% immune to fire, but he's got a strong resistance to it. He eats fire and has fire-based abilities, so that I think would be an interesting fight. So Natsu, obviously he's a Dragon Slayer magic, fire in this case, capable of multiple fire techniques like fire dragon's breath, fire clapping, all that. He's also capable of generating lightning. And basically, a lot of his techniques have just become upgraded as he got stronger throughout the series. So it's really hard to say what techniques he does and doesn't have and all that. But yeah, he's extremely powerful, solid in hand-to-hand combat. He's a good brawler. He's actually not dumb. He's not overly smart, but he can think on the fly, deduce weaknesses, things along those lines. And And again, his key trait is that he can consume fire. He can't consume his own fire, but he can consume fire for spells and for food, basically. So a fight between these guys, how would it break down? Let's assume Natsu somehow wound up in the Wanderreich, the fairy tale gave to task to helping against the Quincy's. And Natsu and Bazz-B square off, and they both launch fire, and it just collides, and it's just like, so this guy uses fire too. They both think, well then let's try this. Burning Finger 1. It just fires it. Natsu's like, and just eats it, and he's just like, huh? And then it's like, yeah, now we're cooking. Fire dragon breath, or whatever it was called. Just, and Bazz-B just offsets it with his flame, so they'll counteract. Natsu gets in, just wails on him a bit, just boom, boom, boom. Then he's just like, you, Burning Finger 2! And then just Natsu eats it again, just but this time Bazz-B gets a solid reishi enhanced punch, and then just boom, throws him back. And then just Phoenix Flame, or whatever it was called. Fires like a phoenix shaped blast at him. Again, Bazz-B offsets it. There's going to be a lot of back and forth here. Now, Bazz-B has an edge in the sense that he doesn't his reishi kind of takes the form of fire, which it is fire to a degree. But it's not his sole ability. He's capable of using reishi. So, like, spiritual energy, saying his own lines. So now then he just fires his bow, and just boom. Then Natsu, not thinking, thinks it's fire again, just but this time, but it wouldn't kill him. I don't think it would kill him, but because he would, but it would definitely just, and and then Bazz-B comes in again and goes, Burning Finger 3. Now which one was that? Was that the Burning Finger 3? That was the one that melts it, so melts the place in the lava. But I don't think he would go with that. I think he might go full on 4. 4 brings the fire sword out, tries to bring it down. Natsu, and then blocks. Doesn't cut through him, but even for Natsu, that would probably hurt. Just, and then it's like, damn it, Burning Storm! Blast Natsu away. Throws more spiritual bows out, and just boo, 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 boo. Just Natsu's like, and then Natsu just comes out. He's like, fine. And then enhances his fist with fire. Just burning full fingers. Boosh. Just comes in again. Natsu just plows through that. Bazz-B's like, just pulls and Bazz-B, I don't think has actual resistance. He's able to offset flames, but doesn't have resistance. Just punches into him, just coughs up blood, but then he's like, Burning Finger 1, and then just point blank, just all that concentrated power just blasts through Natsu. So so they're now both on the ground. They're both bleeding, yeah, they're both bleeding. So I was just looking at each other, like, and then Bazz-B activates his Bull Stag, and Natsu's just like finally going full out, lightning and everything, just. And then another full Burning Finger. Bazz-B just goes full out stop. They both collide. Power explodes. And the winner of the fight, when the dust settles, is going to be Natsu. Now, the reason it's going to be Natsu, the majority anyway, is because Natsu can just continually absorb flames. He doesn't have a real limit at how much he can absorb the flames. Bazz-B can offset flames. He can't absorb flames. Bazz-B also does have, a reishi advantage, but Natsu can also use lightning when he gets to a certain stage. And I think even later versions of the manga, he's able to just use it generally. So overall, I do think Natsu takes the overall win, like the majority, like 60-40. But it's a real easy scenario where Bazz-B could take it simply by, point blank reishi arrow to the head or something like that. Just kill him like that. Concentrate like blast, like with his Burning Finger 1. Natsu could absorb the flame, but it'd be so concentrated that if he tried to do it, I think it would hurt, and if he wouldn't survive a concentrated blast straight point blank, or he wouldn't be impervious to it. So I think it is Natsu who takes like 60% of the time, but there's a very solid 40% chance where Bazz-B takes the fight. But hey, let me know if you think different. If you do, that's cool. Put in the comments below. Let me know. Let's have a cool chat about it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point, as well as ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, and what ifs. Put those in the comments below. I will, again, get to those at some point. I'll put them on a list, and I'll get to them. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know I said what if. I know I said it'll almost be a guarantee. I can't guarantee I'll get to the what if. I'm sorry. Just this stuff that goes on. Stuff goes on in my life that gets in the way of it. I'm not done with the what ifs by damn. I will get to the what ifs. Just gotta give me time on them, folks. I apologize. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you later, folks.